Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Deacon's request is denied by Finn, and Carter then makes another plea to Steffy and Ridge. Hope doesn't want Steffy to get away with firing her. Ridge and Steffy stand their ground, and Deacon calls Finn to his restaurant. Steffy believes they were mostly unaffected by Hope's termination and line cut in Forrester's main office. Ridge wishes it had never occurred. Same, replies Steffy, who often doesn't give a damn about who her staff members date. As long as Hope doesn't pursue her husband, she doesn't give a damn about who she is meeting. They discuss Hope receiving Carter's assistance. He hasn't been seen by Ridge today. Steffy believes that Hope has somehow entered his mind. Hope and Carter make out at Hope's cabin. They discuss how Steffy ended her career. She believed she was pursuing her spouse, but it was all a mistake. They talk about the reasons they are unable to disclose their relationship to Steffy. Hope believes it would be pleasant for her to admit that she was mistaken about her at some point. Carter is on his way to the office in an attempt to reach Ridge again. Brooke enters and reports that she hasn't been successful. Before what, asks Brooke, does Carter want to try again with him and Steffy? Carter just states that he must change this for the benefit of all. When Finn gets at Il Giardino, Deacon tells him he wants to discuss Hope with him. I'm concerned about my daughter, he said, after learning that his wife had fired her. Have you heard what made Steffy do that? Asks Finn. Deacon claims that what Steffy believes she saw was not what Brooke told him. Finn claims that when it comes to her daughter, Brooke lacks objectivity. Unlike Steffy, who has been harboring a grudge against Hope for years, Deacon inquires. Finn answers, how about me? Steffy is acting irrationally. Deacon informs Finn, the person she threw herself at, again. Dude, you need to make an effort to reach her before she causes more harm than she has already done. Finn queries Deacon on whether he is requesting that he put his daughter before his own life. Deacon simply wants him to let Steffy know that things aren't always what they seem. Sometimes they are, says Finn with a shrug. Deacon objects, saying she tripped, like Hope in lingerie on top of me on the desk. Finn claims to have been present. Deacon doesn't think she meant to entice him. Finn claims it has already occurred. Although he is aware of Deacon's deep affection for Hope, she has been acting differently from her usual behavior for some time. She's currently her own greatest enemy, so maybe it's time for her to get professional help. Steffy is not at blame for any of this. Hope tells Brooke that the current state of affairs at the cabin is unacceptable. Since she has tried, Brooke is confident Carter will try. They are aware of Steffy's strong emphasis on the father-slash-daughter dynamic. Brooke is concerned that Carter might backfire if he pushes too much. That is not what Hope wants. You've really fallen for him, haven't you? Brooke thinks it was a pleasant surprise, according to Hope. He is a good man, the whole package. It is very amazing how he has been standing up for the Logans and sparring with Steffy and Ridge. Ridge and Steffy, who work in the main office, say that Carter needs to come up with a solution for this LLC he requested because their tax payments are excessive. Carter enters and shuts the door. Will he be shouting at his daughter once more? Ridge wonders, is that what we're doing? Carter stands by what he said, even though he didn't mean to yell earlier. Hope for the future must be restored. So, let's do that, please. Please. Deacon claims that he would never ask Finn to turn against Steffy at Il Giardino. Even if he wanted him to, Finn claims he wouldn't. They discuss Hope reading too much into their friendship, and Finn reiterates his refusal to speak to his wife on Hope's behalf. As Steffy's spouse, he fully supports her. Hope detests the fact that her mother is involved in this conflict in her cabin. The topic of her relying on Carter comes up again. It means the world to her to have someone who believes in her. She shares Carter's faith in his plans for Forrester Creations. However, he is also being disrespected by Ridge and Steffy. She believes Carter can connect with Ridge, perhaps even in a way Brooke hasn't been able to yet, and declares Carter will not allow himself to be their punching bag. Carter shouts at Forrester about the necessity of reviving hope for the future and growing the business into a luxury worldwide brand. At the moment, the company depends on the lead designer's strength. If something happened to Ridge, it would fall apart. Instead of appeasing him or dismissing him, they should heed his suggestions. Steffy isn't going to reconsider. Hope for the future is done. She believes he is giving Hope too much support, and she is beginning to doubt his ability to act in the company's best interests. Ridge finds Carter appealing. Steffy is right, Carter is losing his sense of reality. He wants him to leave them in charge of the business and concentrate on the LLC. Perform your duties. Ridge and Steffy later concur that there has been a shift with Carter. Hope is influencing him, she believes. When Finn shows up, he gives Steffy a kiss. They inform him that Carter continues to support Hope. Ridge claims that because they are like a family, this is challenging. Finn claims that Deacon called him in an attempt to persuade him to put pressure on Steffy to return Hope. He expressed his unwavering support for his wife. Steffy claims she has no regrets about her choice and that Hope is unable to change it. Nothing at all. When Carter returns to the cabin, Hope and Brooke wonder if he was able to reach Ridge. They refuse to listen to him, he claims. Brooke finds it incomprehensible that Ridge follows Steffy. According to Carter, things have been like way for years. He believes he let Hope down and is tired of the Forrester versus Logan argument. She tells him that no one has ever fought so hard for her. Carter will not give up. According to Brooke, it won't make a difference. Forrester is owned and run by Ridge and Steffy. After receiving an SMS, Brooke must head out for an interview. Carter assures Hope that he will not give up on her while they are alone. She thinks he's a great man and believes in him. They share a kiss. Ivy vowed to defend Elektra just as her stalker discovered her, while Will fretted over her past. Hope gives Carter a kiss at the cabin, and they discuss Steffy kicking her out of the company. They recount the events involving Steffy. He wants to make another attempt to reach her. When Brooke joins them, Carter declares that he must change this for the benefit of all. They have tea after he leaves and discuss Steffy's embrace of the father-daughter bond. That puts Carter in a difficult situation. Hope talks about how deeply she has fallen in love with Carter and how amazing and kind he is. She respects him for standing up for her, and he has the entire package. Hope claims that she has undergone significant transformation as a result of her new connection. They genuinely have faith in one another's ideas. He is being treated with the same disrespect by Ridge and Steffy as the Logans. He refuses to be treated like a punching bag, though. It's possible that he could reach Ridge. Il Giardino is visited by Finn. He is reassured by Deacon that he didn't call him to talk about Sheila. His concern is for Hope. Finn maintains that Hope threw herself at him, and they discuss what Steffy believes she saw. Deacon believes Steffy is being stubborn and should be restrained before she causes further harm. According to the doctor, Steffy's word is not in conflict with Hope's. He was present and is aware of what transpired. Hope has been acting out for a time, but he knows they all care about her. She might need to seek expert assistance. At the moment, she appears to be her own worst enemy. Steffy is not at blame for any of this. He is reminded by Deacon that initially he was supporting Hope. Hope crossed a boundary and took that for more than it was, the doctor notes. Hope has been acting inappropriately, and he must provide for his wife. The actress who plays Steffy Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, recently alluded to the possibility that Steffy may lose it with her longtime adversary, Hope Logan. Steffy and Hope have been engaged in an apparently never-ending rivalry throughout the series, mostly because of their romantic interests, familial allegiances, and plans for Forrester creations. Intense drama has always been created by this rivalry, but it appears like Steffy's annoyance may now reach a huge tipping point, and viewers are left wondering how far her character may go after Jacqueline's latest remarks. Wood claims that Steffy's growing annoyances aren't limited to her rivalry with Hope, they also stem from everything she has worked so hard to create for her family and how she feels like Hope is always endangering it. Steffy has put a lot of effort into juggling her complicated relationship with Finn, her family obligations, and her career goals, but she feels trapped by Hope's almost limitless influence over Finn, Liam, and the Logan family. Additionally, Steffy can only take so much before she reaches her limit, as Wood suggests. Hope's growing intimacy with Finn may be the cause of this possible collapse, as it has already made Steffy jealous. Despite Finn's repeated assurances, Steffy still feels that Hope's presence upends the stability she has worked so hard to establish. Wood's clues imply that Steffy may act rashly either by facing Hope head-on or even by making choices that might jeopardize her own personal and professional relationships. Steffy's tolerance is obviously running thin, and Wood hints that this can lead to decisions that even Steffy may come to regret. Steffy may lash out as her insecurities worsen because of her complicated feelings, which could expose a more vulnerable and sinister part of her personality. Wood suggests that Steffy may begin to perceive Hope as a direct danger to all she values, rather than just a rival. Steffy might challenge Hope in both her personal and professional life as a result of this perception, confronting her in an explosive manner. The growing tension makes Steffy wonder how far she will go to keep her family safe and if she would have to break boundaries she once believed to be sacrosanct. In addition to reviving the traditional Steffy-Hope rivalry, this plotline lays the groundwork for poignant turns that may have long-term effects on the Logan and Forrester families. Fans are left wondering whether Steffy is on the verge of a downward spiral and whether her actions will ultimately drive her and Finn farther away or closer as they work through the aftermath together, thanks to Wood's cryptic hints. In a surprising turn of events, The Bold and the Beautiful has prepared the ground for a showdown between Dr. John Finn Finnegan and Deacon Sharp regarding Hope Logan. The entire Forrester-Logan clan is on edge as the two men, who are both fiercely protective in their own ways, find themselves in a tense standoff. Ridge and Steffy, meanwhile, are enmeshed in their own mystery, which has the potential to reveal secrets and affect everyone around them. The conflict between Deacon and Finn begins when Deacon observes that Finn is becoming more and more present around Hope, feeling a connection that beyond friendship. Even though Finn wants to be helpful, Deacon can't help but worry that his presence could exacerbate the already tense family dynamic. Despite Hope's best efforts to maintain harmony, the strain between her father and Finn becomes evident. Given Finn's relationship with Hope's longtime competitor Steffy, Deacon, who has a history of standing up for Hope's happiness, views Finn as a possible threat to her stability. Ridge and Steffy are forced to confront the growing issue as Deacon and Finn's argument intensifies. Ridge cautions Finn to avoid circumstances that can jeopardize his connection with Steffy because he is protective of his daughter and the reputation of his family. Steffy also starts to worry that Finn's relationship with Hope will cause their family to fall apart. With so many conflicting feelings at play, Steffy finds it difficult to control her jealousy and is plagued by the fear that her marriage may suffer as a result of her relationship with Hope. Ridge and Steffy are battling a mystery in the meantime, which only makes the family conflict worse. According to rumors, they might have uncovered a secret document or piece of evidence that could have significant ramifications for the Logan and Forrester families. Relationships and power dynamics both inside and outside of Forrester Creations may change as a result of this finding. Although Steffy, ever the strategist, is already thinking about how she may use this information to her advantage, especially if it helps shield her family from what she perceives to be an intrusion by the Logans, Ridge is determined to keep the secret a secret until he can fully comprehend its significance. The stakes are upped as Deacon and Finn's animosity intensifies. Although the mystery surrounding Ridge and Steffy's finding is still unknown, its eventual disclosure may have repercussions that affect all of the characters. Hope, who is caught in the center, has to manage the complicated family dynamics and loyalties that are circling her while attempting to maintain harmony between the men who are defending her. Meanwhile, the new knowledge that Ridge and Steffy have discovered looms like a ticking time bomb, threatening to upend the entire Forrester-Logan dynamic when it eventually comes to light. Fans are left wondering, will Hope become closer to one of them as a result of Deacon and Finn's dispute, or will it drive them all farther apart? And how will the eventual disclosure of Ridge and Steffy's secret impact their relationships? This complex network of relationships and feelings has the potential to permanently alter the lives of the Forresters, Logans, and others close to them. Steffy and Ridge are more perplexed than ever when a dispute between Deacon Sharp and Dr. John Finn Finnegan has surfaced. Hope Logan is the focal point of the unanticipated tension, as the rivalry that neither man anticipated is sparked by their disagreements over her. Although Deacon's protective tendencies as Hope's father are widely known, Steffy, who feels uneasy about her husband's attention to Hope, has expressed concerns about Finn's participation. Ridge is also perplexed, wondering what's causing this odd conflict and whether it portends more serious problems that might unexpectedly alter the dynamics of the family. Deacon, who is devoted to Hope, has seen how Finn has gotten more involved in her life and developed a relationship with her that seems to go beyond friendship. Despite Finn's seemingly good intentions, Deacon feels protective, even territorial, and perceives this as a danger to Hope's life's stability. Despite Hope's complex past with Steffy, Finn's devotion to her makes Deacon wonder about his intentions. Finn refuses to back down despite his warnings, maintaining that his support for Hope is sincere and only platonic. There is a noticeable tension between the two men, and it is obvious that they both have strong opinions. Steffy reacts with increasing fear and bewilderment to Finn's intimacy with Hope. She has put a lot of effort into building a secure life with Finn, but given their long-standing rivalry, her emotions of fear and jealousy are heightened by his ongoing relationship with Hope. Steffy wonders why Finn feels the need to defend Hope so strongly and is plagued by the worry that Hope's influence may cause rifts in her marriage. Ridge, meantime, is equally confused and watches the argument between Deacon and Finn with a mix of worry and annoyance. The Forrester-Logan family line has always required Ridge to perform a careful balancing act. Any rifts in that foundation might upend everything they have fought to preserve. There seems to be more going on, something that neither Deacon nor Finn are prepared to disclose, as Steffy and Ridge attempt to make sense of the circumstances. Ridge, in particular, grows cautious because he believes that if the tension is not managed, it may worsen. He approaches Finn and begs him to put Steffy and the Forrester family's loyalty first, but Finn is unwavering in his support of Hope, leaving Ridge perplexed and suspicious of his son-in-law's motivations. Steffy and Ridge are forced to consider issues that might put their own familial ties to the test as the stakes increase. Is Deacon exaggerating an innocent friendship, or is Finn's allegiance waning? What deeper, unsaid problems within the Forrester and Logan families can this rising animosity indicate? Steffy and Ridge are stuck in a maze of devotion, jealousy, and family pride that could upset the delicate equilibrium they have worked so hard to maintain. Taylor notices Brooke and Bill in an apparently precarious situation during a time full of miscommunications and drama, which sets off a chain of events with serious repercussions. Despite their well-known prior romance, Brooke and Bill have been keeping a respectful distance from one another for a while now as they both struggle with their own challenging lives. But it appears that fate brought them back together just when they needed each other's support, and Taylor's misunderstanding of this meeting could have disastrous consequences. The incident happens innocuously enough. After recent difficulties in her relationship with Ridge, Brooke confides in Bill, who has always had a soft place for her, since she feels vulnerable and needs consolation. In a moving moment, Bill, who has always been the protective and sympathetic person in her life, gives her a sympathetic ear and a warm embrace. Although it's entirely platonic, at least from Brooke's perspective, there is a hint of tension because of Bill's lingering love for her. Just long enough for the embrace to seem intimate, Taylor stumbles upon it, her face falling as she notices something much more romantic and private. The interaction is made more complicated by Taylor's past relationships with Brooke and Bill. Taylor has been optimistic about her rekindled relationship with Ridge, but she has always been wary of Bill since she is aware of his propensity to follow his emotions rather than set limits. Her old fears are rekindled when she sees Brooke and Bill together, and she instantly assumes that their intimacy is a betrayal of Ridge and herself. Normally calm, Taylor experiences a powerful feeling of betrayal, rage, and hurt when she remembers how Brooke's complex background has frequently intersected with her own happiness. Taylor chooses to voice her worries to Ridge rather than to speak with Brooke or Bill directly. Her own presumptions color her description of what she witnessed, giving the impression that she was dishonest and disloyal. At first, Ridge is dubious, but considering Brooke and Bill's past, he can't rule out the idea. Ridge is caught between his natural tendency to believe Brooke and the doubts that Taylor's story has sowed. As Ridge confronts Brooke, the tension increases, and she is astonished and offended that he would assume the worst based on Taylor's accusations. Unprepared for Ridge's charge, Brooke attempts to defend her innocent discussion with Bill. She maintains that Bill was just being a friend who sympathized with her suffering and provided support. Ridge, however, finds it difficult to accept her explanation as his envy and insecurities grow. Bill attempts to step in, but his presence only makes Ridge more irate and exacerbates the already tense situation. Deeper fears and unresolved emotions surface as Brooke, Bill, Ridge, and Taylor deal with the aftermath. Ridge's confidence in Brooke is called into question, and she wonders if their relationship can withstand yet another round of miscommunications and jealousy. Although Taylor acknowledges that her presumptions may have been incorrect, she still feels uneasy about Brooke's influence on her life with Ridge and starts to regret it. This sequence of events puts their delicate connection in jeopardy by threatening to build a wedge between Taylor and Ridge as well as Brooke and Ridge. The scenario is prepared for significant conflicts that will include trust, loyalty, and unresolved emotions. With feelings running high, it's unclear if Ridge and Brooke's love can endure another miscommunication or if this will be the turning point that permanently alters their relationship and Taylor's future with Ridge. The perplexing situation of Carter and Hope causes Steffy to lose it. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, Steffy Forrester is having a lot of success after beating out her rival Hope Logan from FC. Hope was caught half-naked on top of John Finnegan after kissing him earlier, so you really can't blame her. Yes, everything was misunderstood. In Hope's opinion, she's telling the truth, but it's obvious that her previous skank behavior has caught up with her. What you need to know about the future of the Logan-Forrester conflict is provided here. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Jacqueline McInnes Wood teases that Steffy is depressed about Hope and Carter. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, will Steffy Forrester fire any more employees? In an interview with Soaps.com, Wood claimed that Steffy's hostility toward Hope is also related to her mother, Brooke Logan of PSOF. To be honest, I believe Steffy secretly holds Brooke solely responsible for everything, she remarked. Although everything covers a lot of area, Steffy's early life was supposedly ruined when Brooke took Ridge Forrester from Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. Ridge's support for her choice to fire Hope was therefore sweet retaliation. Oh my goodness, having Ridge's support was everything. She wanted his help, but she wasn't sure since Brooke, you know. Brooke Logan cuts a tall figure in B&B spoilers. Hope was waiting for Carter Walton when she jumped out at him in her underwear, not for Finn. However you look at it, Hope shouldn't have been waiting to get it on with someone in the office while half-naked. For this reason, Wood claims that Steffy believes her choice justifies the means. Spoilers for B&B, will Hope Logan return? Wood foreshadows how Steffy is shocked to learn that Hope and Carter are dating, which helps to explain some of his odd behavior. That is going to be a big and very intense moment, Wood stated in reference to the discovery. There will be many surprises that, well, Steffy doesn't anticipate, so keep watching. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Harder on Fire. B&B lovers, let us know how you believe Steffy will handle the Harder situation moving forward. The confusing case of Carter and Hope. Spoilers for Thursday, November 14, 2024's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, hint at a perplexing situation for the Logans and Forresters. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge and Steffy Forrester are confused. They are going to talk about it once more after weeks of discussion. Ridge Forrester and Steffy Forrester Finnegan are clueless about what has happened to Carter Walton. They could always rely on him to perform anything they asked of him without hesitation. His sole concern now appears to be Hope Logan and hope for the future. This was unexpected, and Ridge and Steffy are very upset about it. Hope's line had never seemed to matter to Carter, and he didn't even appear to care about Hope. Indeed, it was he who repeatedly proposed disconnecting the line. This is completely nonsensical. Though they're not sure how, Ridge and Steffy believe they must figure out a way to win Carter back and make him happy. They are unsure of what to do because Carter seems to have gone crazy with Hope. All they know is that they don't want Carter gone. Forrester Creations doesn't want to lose him because they have valued him for years. B&B spoilers, Finn Finnegan and Deacon Sharp fight. Hope has really lost it, according to John Finn Finnegan. She wore lingerie and landed on top of him after weeks of her coming onto him. Finn is relieved that Steffy took action and fired Hope because no one believes her claims that it was an accident. Deacon Sharp disagrees, though. Finn and his new stepfather dispute about Hope when they sit down to talk. According to Deacon, his daughter is innocent and pure, and she has no intention of interfering with Finn and Steffy's marriage. Deacon is aware that Hope is interested in someone else, but he also understands that Hope does not yet want her new relationship to be made public. Will Deacon reveal Hope's secret? Brooke Logan, at least, has managed to remain silent.